Hey, how's it going, everybody? We got here a costume Magni on defense. Pretty impressive. His stats are not quite up there with some of the newer, like Season 3 heroes, where Tyr has or Fenrir, I guess it is, has a starting attack stat of 780 before Emblems, which is just insane. But they've balanced his stats out a lot more than they were, and they gave him a much better utility, which is minus 34% defense for 4 turns, which is awesome. So this is a pretty tough team, so no guarantees of being able to handle this. But we're going to give this a try, oddly enough, with a blue and red team, since this blue team is good at capitalizing on buffs, and there are a couple of them here. So let's see what we can do. And better yet, let's test out Magni. Alright, yeah, I got one of these Magnis as well. I'm leveling mine up as fast as I can right now. But when you're leveling multiple 5 stars at the same time, it can be quite time consuming. Okay. Looks like we're gonna take this hit. Normally I would use Black Knight before, but since we're here to test the hero, I'm not gonna impede his ability to do his thing. So let's just match this again. Alright, so he hits for 800, which is pretty respectable. Granted, this is Gravemaker only at +1, so his number of emblems is quite small. So we're going to hold off on anything so that we can hit 2 with Finley by getting the shot to fire first, except now Gwyn is going to steal our mana because Black Knight does not block that. He does. Wow. Alright, we're in great shape. So we'll do this and this and this. Sorry, Ursina, but not today. And then let's let Magni fire again. He also has some of the coolest art they've released in a while. I think they did a really awesome job with his costume. The first one is actually hilariously bad if you look at it up close. It's like, I don't know, it looks like it was designed in the 90s in like one of the first graphic design software programs, despite being only from a couple of years ago. So I don't fault them for not having exceptional designs right out the gate, but it's just funny to look at it because it looks pretty bad. Alright, let's let him get one more hit. See if we can get more of an average on what his damage can be like. In my opinion, the damage is kind of a bonus. He used to hit, his percentage attack has stayed the same, but he used to hit really hard because his attack stat was super high. But defense was super low, so he was really squishy. So they've balanced his stats out and given him what I think is a much more useful utility. And 877 is pretty solid on defense, granted, and still under 1,000 attack power even with troops. But you're going to see that hit be 20% less. But again, being able to mark 3 with defense down, if you can strategize your team around either fast snipers or other hit 3 heroes, you're going to be doing a lot of damage. So I haven't decided exactly what kind of team I'm going to put him in yet, but he will definitely be seeing some use. He's sort of like a mini Finley in a way, where Finley has the sort of a more consistent junior Finley. His attack potential is not, and defense down potential is not as good as Finley, because Finley can hit everyone in the right context. Sometimes Finley only hits 1, so that's where Magni's a little more reliable, but doesn't have as high of a potential, despite being more consistent. So I can see using both of them actually on the same team. That would be pretty epic, assuming I'm not trying to rely on a defense up buff, because it'd be better to place Magni first and follow up with Finley. So anyways, Finley's a really hard hero to get, so costume Magni is maybe a little bit easier to get. That time might have passed since he was featured, but you have more frequent opportunities to get him, would be one way to say it. So yeah, he's a great hero, great on defense. I don't know if I'm going to give mine emblems or not. Unfortunately, his class changed from fighter to druid, so the way that works is if you want to add emblem nodes to his costume, you have to put them on the base form, which means you have to add fighter emblems to get druid talents for the costume hero. So it's kind of like burying your fighter emblems in the sand, because you don't actually get the benefit of them. I'd be using fighter emblems to get the druid benefits, because I don't think I'm going to use the base form of Magni. I think the defense down is much better than the defense up that the normal version gives you. So depending on how much competition you have for fighters, he could be an excellent source for them, especially because he's a good defense hero. I didn't like him on the right flank there, though. I think he's better on the left wing or the left flank, so that he fires before everyone else, unless you have an attack buffer who you would want to fire before him. So some things to keep in mind, but I'm very impressed with him, and yeah. Alright, another look at costume Magni in the context of a very dangerous team. No Vela. I guess they don't have Vela, but it's interesting they have Tuluria and Gravemaker. So I'm going to go with this team. That's going to be even better due to having 3 blues on it, because the 2 reds here. And then both the greens are within 2 from one another, so Gravemaker can hit both of those. And here are the troops I'm using. So it's been 1 month and 2 days to get him from fresh out of Atlantis to plus 14. That's a little bit faster than I thought it would be, and for a while I was giving extra feeders to him and not strictly feeding on color, just to try to speed the process up. So I haven't decided what side, whether I'll go this way or this way for the last decision point. Definitely going to take, this is completely pointless, so definitely going to go this route, and I might stop there because like 250 is absurd. But we'll see. That's neither here nor there. Let's check out Magni. And that's the direction they went. Seems like they went a little bit more attack HP than attack defense. All right. That's a natural way to hit them right there. Alright, so we'll finish her off while we can. Perfect. Alright, so you can see without Magni being hit, that's approximately how fast it's taken him, how long it's taken him to get going over there. This team has some talons on it. There's a red match, it won't be enough. Alright, here he goes. 790 on a black knight with 0 emblems. So still about 1,000 defense. I've mentioned this a bunch of times before, but if you're new to the channel, keep in mind that on defense, you get a 20% attack bonus. So Magni's hitting approximately 20% harder, and he's at plus 18. So that's going to be for sure on the high side of what you can expect to get out of his attack, just so you know. Okay, and we get a red. Ooh, I'm not out of the woods here yet. I usually try to neutralize the rest of the team so I can focus on the hero I'm testing. But that has been a dangerous thing. Looks like I'll barely pull this off. Alright, here's another hit from Magni. 845 on a 944 defense. So granted that defense is, hopefully you know, is with troops applied. Gotta be careful here. Oops. So, I was going to say we'll let him hit one more time. So you get to see a couple hits. While he does defense down to 3, like you saw, occasionally they'll hit the corner, the wing person, and then you're only getting defense down to 2. But I think he's great. The only downside, like I've mentioned in this video, is that you have to give him fighter emblems to get druid talents. That is unfortunately not very tempting, and at first was thinking that I would definitely pull emblems off Kingston to give to him because of how much utility he has, but I would only do that if you plan to use him on your defense team. And since I don't, that won't be something that I will do. And here's our final look. So these are the stats that I probably would have gone with, which is with druids, the attack and defense path is shared the whole way up. So you get 840 and 840 of each, which is pretty similar to Vela, but with 1547 health, which you can see is way higher than hers would be. Even if you went health the full rest of the way, you can only get another 100 out of it. So very good stats. Yeah, I'm just generally impressed by him. I'm waiting to give the telescopes to mine. I just got the 6th in a elemental chest the other day, just in the crazy off chance that I pull a second Finley, because Finley's definitely better than Costume Magni, and 2 on the same team would be ridiculous. The chances are obviously very low, but I'd be really bummed to have another one and have to wait, I don't know, a couple months to be able to level him. So anyways, this is the team here. Highest troop on. That's so weird. Their green is only a 12. Alright, that's what I'm using on this team. Okay. That was a good cascade. All right, dominating. Okay. $863, and that was with just about a 1,000 defense. So that is a strong hit. Obviously, it's not in the elite sniper category of like over 1,000 for defensive hits. Maybe up to like, I don't think you see more than like 1,100 or so from like a Cage or a Lacey or Liana with costume bonus, something like that. So it's a pretty good hit considering that it normally would put minus 34 defense for 4 turns, which is even more turns than Finley gets. So we'll just let him hit one more hit on somebody else. And so that's, keep in mind, that's with defense bonus and with maxed attack. So I'm pretty sure that's with the troop, but I'm pretty sure that 840 or 843 or whatever we saw is the max attack stat that he can have. So that's the strongest possible hit you'd see, and then just remember that it'll be 20% less on attack even with everything else equivalent. All right. So that wraps that up. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like. If you want to see more, subscribe and hit the bell icon. We'll have to see what heroes are coming next. I guess we have the Sand Empire coming out on Monday, so I'll be looking for the new hero Rock, but that'll probably take a little while. But I'll still be keeping up with the regular videos, so make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss anything. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.